What's up, guys? Welcome to the latest episode of Barbells and Banter. So we talked a little bit more about training in this episode, being really banter heavy over the last couple of weeks. So we spoke about how to approach people in the gym, maybe just give them a bit of advice. Ben's got a couple of people in his gym he'd like to kind of correct their technique with, but we're just a bit unsure on like how we go about that process. So we kind of spoke about it. We'd love to know your thoughts, though. We also talked about maybe some strategies that people are using to periodize their programming that may not be the most beneficial, taking weeks off out of the gym and stuff. And would it be better to do, maybe a different approach that keeps that person in the gym at all times? Then we went on other tangents talking about, kind of how we, operate as people, how we set goals, how we, set ourselves to different standards, taking on responsibilities, and maybe some things that we could do to, operate in a way that we want to, but because most other people don't, we have that pressure to kind of have things drop off. Now, as always, if you do like the podcast, if you support the message that we bring here and you want other people to kind of get involved on that, we would love that. So just show your support, liking, sharing the podcast, even subscribing, and obviously commenting, just letting us know what you think and, what you guys want to hear more of. All right, let's get to the episode.
Yeah.
So you love spending
both
it.
as a flex and a win.
So you love spending the money, but saving some of the money that you were gonna spend.
It's a win.
Love it.
It's a win.
Love spending, but then spending less than you had to. Even better.
That's exactly
It's
right.
the Maltese in him.
It's like I went to Aldi, and like I don't. There's no shots at Aldi, like them personally, and people that go there, I just don't go there.
Aldi's hit and miss.
Well, I don't know if it is, because I was fucking like pretty impressed when I went in there. Because now that like I do the grocery shopping, it's my job.
So there's a positive review of Aldi.
Mate, I went in there and I couldn't believe it.
Yep.
It's like the meat is cheaper.
The meat's cheap
Like the produce, even like the stuff that I would just normally buy. Like, yeah, sure, the range is quite limited.
Yeah.
So I think the pushback I have is like I would still have to go to Coles.
Yeah, it used to piss me off.
Yeah, like they don't have like the dog food that we would, and the stuff for the dogs. And then there's just certain things.
Yeah.
But man, I love, like I said, I like spending money.
Yeah.
But I like saving the money that I would have spent elsewhere.
When I was a poor startup personal trainer,
Yeah.
I used to go to Sanctuary Lake Shopping Centre.
Yeah.
And go to Aldi, then the butcher.
Yeah.
Then the greengrocer.
Yeah.
And then only if there was anything left, I would go into Coles.
That was my whole childhood.
Yeah.
That was like once mum and dad separated.
Yeah.
It was every Saturday.
Yep. Do
Like,
all
just
of the stocks.
Go with mum and go everywhere where it's the cheapest.
Yeah. Yeah.
Maybe that's why I don't go there. Because I'm like,
Fuck this place. Yeah.
this is where I went when I was poor. But man, I'm converted. I'm telling you.
Yeah.
I was like,
We have an Aldi in Gisborne.
yeah. I think for me, it's like just, again, it's not part of the trip.
Yeah.
I can just stop because like we shop at the Woolies next to our house, Featherbrook here.
Yeah.
No other shopping centre, and I hate going to the town centre on the weekend.
Yeah.
Because it is
Featherbrook's
fucking-
good.
Yeah,
Just car park small.
yeah, but yeah, love it. Love a good saving.
An Aldi deal.
I love a good saving of the money. I've got a few things I want to talk about today, so just going to make sure.
Look out.
Oh, have you seen the Spotify DJ thing?
No.
So Spotify have an AI DJ.
Oh, yes.
So he was like this. So I turn on Spotify and it's like, yeah, yo, my name's like fucking X or some shit. And he's like, I'm your own personal DJ. And he's like full talking to me like, I'm going to play these songs that you kind of like and blah, blah, blah. And we're going to change it up every 3 or 4 songs. I'm like, okay, cool, shut up. Like, just play the music. So have you guys ever been out and there's just like a really annoying DJ
Yeah.
that just like every 3 or 4, it's like, they hit the sirens like, hey, yo, like, and it's just like, shut up and play the music, yeah?
Oh, no.
He's that guy. So like every now and then he'll just like talk and say, I'm going to change the song. Change the fucking song.
Yeah, sort it out.
Yeah, you can skip it, but
You don't want to have to sick. You want to be in the zone.
I'm not bad at
I want to be in the zone of the tunes.
Yeah, I don't want to be like...
No one has ever wanted a DJ voice in their playlist.
No one wants to hear...
Nah.
Yeah, that's it.
There's
I
a
agree.
few like LPs, like 50's got some unreleased stuff. Drake has like an early album that have that shit over it. I'm like, the bars are sick.
The old,
But this fucking noise over the top, like, get it away from me.
Yeah, I'll see if I can... Yeah, it's DJ.
Yeah.
So listen to this.
Hope you're feeling good. Good gonna get this Thursday going with the mix of your top songs. Linkin Park to start it off.
Look at you go.
Yeah.
I'm still so proud when you play metal.
That was that was really short. The introduction, he was talking to me way too much. But he does that. He's just like,
It's still an annoying voice.
yeah. He's like, all right, and then he's like, all right, so we're gonna stop and take a little bit of a different direction, and we're gonna start with this. Like, it's both fucking song.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's just trying to flex that. Like, that's cool. Look at it. It's like highlighting the features is what it's doing.
Look,
That's so out of touch, though.
I thought that he was going to be like, I know all the music you like to play,
Yeah.
and I'm going to play that music, and I'm also going to find more music that I think you would like.
So that is the only hole in Spotify right now.
I think Spotify are still, agreed, but they are night and day ahead.
Yeah.
They're like Google when it comes to like
man.
search engines.
Not even, no one's touching it. Yeah.
You just can't compete with like them. They're just doing it so well.
But I'm going to be critical because it's more interesting. So I'd like fell down the country music fucking rabbit hole like maybe a year ago, less.
Yeah.
And
Fell down, you jumped down.
Yeah, I fucking dive bombed head first. Let's go. Luke Combs is bae.
Yeah.
Like radio, favorite artists, cool. Show me other shit that's like this.
Yeah.
Then they started showing me like, here's the hot country mix, here's the top country mix, here's this. And then I was watching Flagrant the other week, and there was this guy called Jelly Roll. He was like this super interesting dude. He's called Jelly Roll because he like wouldn't fit in this seat.
I was just about to say
yeah, tatted like head to toe, big like proper trailer park. Was like smoking weed when he was 8 and doing cocaine when he was like 10. Like wild life story.
Yeah.
I'm like, who is this guy? So went and found him, found his music, and it's a little bit. He's like, I think we spoke about it on the uncomfortable episode.
Wasn't that uncomfortable?
Just like stirring you up. It walks a little bit of line of like, there's a lot of symbolism around like God and the devil and shit, but it's not like church music, if that makes sense. Not Christian rock. So I was like, this is fucking sick. And then all of a sudden, so a year I've been listening to country music, never heard of this guy. Found it, I'm like, this is my new favorite country artist. And I've never heard it before. Like, Spotify, what the fuck are you doing? You should know that if I like 2000s hip hop and I like a little bit of metal and I like a little bit of emo.
Does it do that?
Surely you can recognize that I like this person.
Well, surely that's like the next evolution, right? Because, I don't think it does.
So when you said AI, my thought was like, I want to be able to get into my car or like just open Spotify and be like, I'm in this mood.
Yeah. Well, that's where it's going.
Let's go.
Yeah. I was thinking that. I was like, it'd be cool to like just say to the... Because you can't even like talk... I thought I could like talk to it.
Yeah.
But it's just like... Yeah. It's just a thing, assuming that I want to listen to something at the moment.
Yeah.
So it'd be cool to be like, hey, I'm in this kind of mood. I'm feeling these kind of artists and these kind of songs.
Yeah.
Go and find other things.
Which you do with radio, but it's so...
Radio is still...
It's still too
amazing,
small.
Yeah. Radio is an amazing feature when you think about it, though.
It is. Who's like, your, like, most played artist right now?
Probably...
Do you, like, loop the way I do? I just find one person, I'm like, I just listen to this.
I listened to Freddie Gibbs for, like, 5 months. Yeah. Just, like, went to the concert, never heard of him, went to his concert, and then just listened to everything on repeat for, like, 5 months. If he's not the... Or maybe because sometimes when I train, like, I'll listen to the same playlist, so it might... But him and Drake should be the... Because Drake radio is safe.
Yeah.
If you go... Like, even when I'm on, like, around the house, I'm just like, hey, Google, play Drake radio. And it's just like... Or you're always going to get a pretty decent mix. So, Drake's definitely the safest option. Yeah. Because, like, Steph likes... a bit of Drake as well, where I can't sit there and be like, play fucking Tomorrowland set from fucking last year.
Yeah.
Whichever DJ. Steph will be like, what's this racket? Which I do during the day when no one's home.
Yes. Yeah. I'm deep in a Jack Harlow spin at the moment.
Yeah.
Dig it. It's the Jack Harlow radio is very similar to Drake radio.
Yeah, well, you get across
There's a lot of overlap.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, but the DJ thing is not it, but I can see it coming.
It's coming, yeah.
Yeah, I can definitely see it. It's like, it's just going to be able to package a playlist however you want.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Remember, you used to be able to. So this is what I miss about radio. You used to be able to heart or dislike, and it would update your radio.
Yeah, so they've taken
based
that
on
away.
that. It's gone now. Yeah, it's just a set. So like my Jack Harlow radio, if I don't listen to anyone different outside of that, it's the same for a week.
Yeah,
which annoys me.
Yeah, I agree.
It's like it's like real radio where there's only fucking 20 songs.
Yeah,
which bothers me.
Yeah. No, I understand that.
Because then I have to be creative enough to think of another artist that might create a different overlap that I get exposure to different. Yeah, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I agree.
Even like yesterday, go. I put on Eminem radio because I wanted like Get Rich Die Tryin', maybe some like later Snoop, later Dre, maybe Puck Biggie thrown in there.
Yeah.
Like that.
The glory days.
Lean that side, and then
days.
maybe a little bit later as well. But it was just like, it was all newer.
Yeah.
And I was like, how do I tell you Eminem from when he was still on drugs?
2005. Yeah, I feel
Can you play Eminem on drugs radio, please?
Yeah.
It just didn't hit.
That's probably a playlist.
It probably is.
Someone's
Someone would
probably
have made that.
Some
sure.
amazing soul has done that for you.
How many artists are there that you think like that about?
Yeah.
So many.
I want this era of this artist.
So many.
Yeah.
Remember Silverchair? It's like he was like one of Australia's greatest of the era. Like one of the best bands Australia's ever had. Like they were like Australia's Nirvana.
Yeah.
And then he got clean and released Straight Lines, and we're like,
yes. What is this?
Never ever do that again.
Yeah.
You are banished.
Yeah.
Sorry, I know it's really a lot better for your physical and mental well-being to not use heroin, but your music sucks now.
Even think about like movies and shit.
Yeah.
Like imagine what they have to do to like
to
there's some
get there.
fucked up shit that like
Yeah.
you know, even when you think about like scenes and scripts and whatever, it's like that's
Have you heard the stories about Stephen King?
nah.
So he basically writes his books on alcohol and coke.
Yeah.
So he goes away from his family and just like locks himself in and just drinks and
Goes on a
snorts
bender.
himself into oblivion and writes a book.
That's so
wild.
cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Work benders.
Yeah, I think he has the
That's
largest library of books ever.
Yeah.
He's the most prolific writer ever.
Yeah.
Or published or some shit like that. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I feel like there's every horror movie's
Yeah.
like iteration of one of his books, right?
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
Lots of them. Yeah, they either come from Asia or they're his.
Do you like scary movies?
I do,
Yeah.
but
They're shit now.
my wife really does not,
Yeah.
and it's hard to find good ones these days.
Yeah.
So I would have to watch it by myself,
Yeah.
and I would only watch the scary movies like Saturday night. Like it's not like, oh, Amy's
it's
out for the
4 o'clock in the afternoon.
I'll watch one. Yeah, it's not.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I just don't like feeling scared. It's like, what's the point?
Yeah,
You've got to explore all ranges of the human. Then this is my sell to my wife. You need to explore the full range of a human emotion.
Yeah, that's okay.
So you have to be stressed. You have to be scared.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
have to feel good.
I understand. Yeah.
But
we probably get scared anyway. Like another,
yeah,
I don't want to like put myself in a situation where I'm scared.
I went off him after I had that like weird dream experience too.
Yeah.
At Macedon.
Yeah.
Oh,
Should I tell that story?
I think you've told it.
Yeah, but
No. I mean, like, if you want to tell it
Don't
again.
tell it again because you fucking told it.
No, I wasn't sure if you were asking if you told it yet. So I was
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
You've told it, but like,
yeah,
Yeah,
I'll try and tell.
Hey, fuck it.
Go for
all
a
right,
bit.
story time, guys.
Expedite.
Gather
person,
around.
all right?
Gather, I
Stage.
need a torch.
Stage is yours.
I need a torch to like shine. Can we turn
Dim
this
the lights.
upside down?
Dim the lights.
Dim the lights.
So when I was like, I reckon between 7 and 10 years old, I used to, and I don't like, Dad can clarify if this is true and correct. I used to hear this girl in the house like cry and ask for help all the time.
Yeah.
Like to the point, like usually I'd just say so scared and just like not say anything.
Yeah.
And then a couple of times, like either mum or dad would come in and I'd be crying and I'm like, I can hear a voice, blah, blah, blah. So I grew up and just was like, never thought anything of it.
Yeah.
So then we started staying at Macedon in the cottage. So like, you've got basically what you reckon 1K drive into that place, dirt road.
Yes.
And you're basically just lumped in the middle of a mountain with nothing around. You go outside, it's just black. You can't see in front of you. It's just nothing. So couple nights in a row, I had this dream about, she was like a homeless girl that kept showing up in my dreams. Like, we'd be on the walk and with the dog or whatever, and she'd show up, and we'd go here and she'd be there. I'm like, what the fuck is this weird thing? So then the next dream I have, I'm sitting at the table inside of the cottage, and Amy goes to the car, and I just hear this like almighty squeal. And initially I laughed, so I thought she'd seen a spider. I was like, oh, she just scared herself, that's fine. Next minute, she comes like flying into the house, and this girl's chasing her. So I had to like kick the door into this girl to get Amy inside to get her away from her.
Yeah.
Woke up, and like, I like horror movies.
Yeah.
I like being scared. I'm the guy that usually in a nightmare, I'm like, I have to go back to sleep.
Yeah.
Because I have to find what happens.
Okay.
Like, it's almost like computer games. Like, I have to go win.
Yeah, you got to take this on.
Yeah, and if I miss it, I'm upset.
Yeah.
Fuck, I didn't get to see what happened. This, I was like backed up into Amy, like shaking. And then there was another house on the property, and they pulled out of their driveway, and the lights like flicked across our window. So a light beam just flicked through, like off the bed, bro.
This is in real life.
Yeah. Jumped off the bed. Like fucking terrified.
Wow. So
Amy's super hippie, right? Super spiritual.
Yeah.
Like full nuts on that stuff. On that stuff. So like maybe a week later, she's like, I found it. I'm like, what do you mean? She's like, the girl thing, I found it. She's like, it's the same one. She found you kept ignoring her, so she had to do something to scare you, and she's trying to get to me so I could help her. So then she did like a medium shit and she went away. Never seen it again. So I don't know if I've
used the soundboard.
Yeah. I'm sweating. So I don't know if it's like my subconscious just erased it because, or like legit there was something tried to talk to me and then was like, hey, your wife does this now.
I'm going to get you.
I'm going to come through you to get to her. Yeah. So I went off horror movies for like 2 years after that.
Fair enough.
I was like, yeah.
I've heard some fucked up stories.
That sounds too plausible now. I'm out.
I got a client who lived with someone just all her whole life.
Whoa.
And to the point where like she needed something moved and she couldn't move it because it was too heavy, and then she come back and it was moved. Yeah, like I know, you know what I'm like, bro. Like, so you know me.
Yeah.
And she's just was so comfortable telling me about this person.
Yeah.
She's like, yeah, you know, whatever. And then like other people who've like, I guess have the same energy, I'll call it, as Amy.
Yeah.
Walk in the room and they're just like, whoa, like I don't feel welcome in here.
Fuck.
And it's like, this person's like,
yeah,
get this person the fuck out of here. Like, we don't like them.
Wow.
Yeah. And she's just like lived her whole life just like with that.
The attachment.
And like her actual partner, they just talk about it like it's a joke and, you know, whatever. And there's just been a couple of times where she said like, this has happened. And I'm like, what the fuck? Like, really?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I don't know. I don't know where I sit with all that. I was real like, this woman's crazy. And then now I'm like, I don't know.
Yeah.
The moving of shit.
I don't know is
like,
enough for me to be like, I don't want to know.
I agree.
Yeah. That's my position.
Yeah.
It's like,
yeah. I'm very unaware as well from that perspective. So I feel like something would have to just be like, hit me in the face. Like, hey, I'm here, bro. Yeah.
Which, to be fair, was what that dream felt like.
Yeah, that's
nuts. Wild.
Yeah.
Paranormal activity.
Yeah.
That's some pretty crazy shit.
Yeah. That was a fucking good movie.
It was.
That scared the shit.
That was like glory days of like.
Yeah.
So that and the Blair Witch Project.
Yeah.
Like, so that's like probably the last.
Yeah. The Conjuring's good.
Yeah. Okay.
The first Conjuring's good.
I don't think I got there though. I got too scared after those two. I was like, I'm out.
It's probably the most recent one that I've watched that I liked.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's pretty fucked up.
Oh, that's not how I thought the episode was going to start.
Yeah. So I was going to tell you about how I got upset. So I got upset at my wife, and I actually got upset.
Uh-oh.
Like I was upset.
This is a safe space, Jason.
So during the weekend of the intensive, Steph was with her mum and they were going shopping. And going through my wardrobe selection for the evening's activities, I have realized that my fashion and my body size have gravitated me towards a lot of clothing that's not very fitted. Right? Because when you're small, don't get offended, but when you're small, you wear fitted clothing because you want to feel big. Yep. And then when you're big, all you want to do is wear loose clothing because it's not comfortable.
So I'm going to just interject a little bit and then you can keep telling your story just so we go back and forth.
100%.
So at the workshop on Wednesday, we had to like introduce ourselves to other people. Like, oh, I'm in fitness, do this, blah, blah, blah. And the guy's like, yeah, that makes sense. I'm like, what do you mean? He goes, you're fucking massive, bro. I was like, oh, come here.
Yes. My people.
Yeah. And I had one of these on and I was like, oversized tee and still got that. All right,
yeah.
I'm in. You're my friend.
That clip of you and Brie that just went up on Fit.
Yeah.
I was like, Ben looks big in this.
Oh, I'll have to watch it again. I was just looking at her neck veins.
Hyper responder.
Yeah.
It's all that weights, all those weights that you've done again.
Yeah. It's just a couple of weeks back in the gym.
So we're going back and forth like messaging, and I'm being very quick because I was like, I'm here, I need to be present. And I was like, can you find me like just a normal t-shirt? Like I don't want a box cut.
Yeah.
I don't want it oversized. I just want a normal t-shirt that normal people wear. And she was like, yeah. So like I'll go to industry, where do you want me to go? And I said, I don't really know. So I said, just go somewhere if they have t-shirts, buy me an extra large.
Industry's always a good start.
So she was like, and I was like, I need an extra large. Right?
Oh,
so she goes, I got you a t-shirt. I'm like, sick. So I come home on the Sunday and we were going out for dinner, her and I, to spend some time together and celebrate Father's Day. Right? And I go, cool, I'll wear the t-shirt. So I pull the t-shirt out. And like, I didn't even need to look at the t-shirt size. Because as I pulled it out, there was just so little fabric. I was like, fuck is this? So I look at it and it's a medium.
Oh.
Right?
As soon as you started this story, I was like, she bought him a medium t-shirt.
So then I was like, what did you realize that this is a medium? And she's like, yeah. And I was like, what the fuck made you buy that? Like, and then
I'm not laughing, Steph, because I know you're really mad at me already right now. So you're in the right. Whatever happened, it's fine.
So I'm like, what? I told you to get me an extra large. And she goes, yeah, but like, you said it. She's like, you said you wanted it fitted.
That's even worse.
And I was like,
yeah,
so
that's a style.
So fitted. Yeah, I was like, no, I just wanted the cut to be fitted. I didn't want it to be. I said, this is like a fucking compression top.
That's small.
And then so I said,
fitted and small. And
I said, I'm gonna put this on for you so you can see what it looks like, because I said the Gymshark thing and now this.
Yeah.
I'm like,
that's how I knew that's what would happen. It had happened is the Gymshark story.
As a dude who's just really trying to make it, trying to get massive, you're fucking hurting my feelings, right?
Just has it in that you're a medium somehow.
I was like, hey, yeah, I was like, what do I have to do to like get you to believe? Like, even like every now and then I'm like, sit there, I'm like, oh, babe, a few people said I'm like bigger. Like, do you think I'm bigger? And she's like, I don't know. And I'm like, because you're always big. So then I'm like, so why did you get the medium?
Yep.
So I'm like, are you just telling me what I want to hear? There's a lot of body dysmorphia going on here. Right? A lot of doubts about my relationship with my wife.
Yeah.
So I put it on. And she's like, oh, it looks pretty good. Okay. The sleeves are
I love that she was committed to it. She's like, I'm going to tell this motherfucker it looks good. I don't care.
Mate.
And then just couldn't.
It was so tight, you could see my nipples. Like, that's how tight it was. And I was like, so I said, when you get extra large, it just fits nicely around the body.
Yeah.
So I was like, see this? We're not a medium anymore.
Yeah.
And then I was so upset.
Because t-shirts.
I was just like, what do I have to do?
Yeah.
So yeah.
Fuck. It's funny because you just think that like women have negative attachments to clothing size.
Imagine if I rocked up with something and it was like a size 4 or something.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
I'm
exactly.
Like, oh, there you go. I bought you something.
Yeah.
Like, it's the same.
Yeah.
It's just yeah.
Jesus.
Yeah. I'm just like, I was incensed. We
Do
had
you
like
know who I am?
I was like 20 fucking years of busting my ass to
For
get
a-
fucking bigger, and
for
I'm
a
still.
medium.
And my
And
wife
I
buys
get-
me a medium shirt.
I was like, look at all the other clothes that I buy, and she's like, yeah, but I thought like it's just the cut is bigger.
Yeah. Look, I'm
So,
going to give her the
yeah.
benefit of the doubt that
Yeah.
she didn't understand the difference of a cut being fitted
Yeah.
versus just buying big clothes.
Yeah.
I understand.
Yeah. Okay.
But I also understand your feelings.
So anyway,
Yeah.
so that's where I am.
Validated, Jason.
It was over very quickly though. Like,
yeah.
Yeah.
the bag was still there this morning, and I was like, "Do you want to get that children's T-shirt back to the shop so we can get a size
Big
for a
one.
man?"
Yeah.
And it's so fucking small, bro.
Yeah.
I can't even tell you how small it was.
Yeah.
Like it was just so like as I pulled it out, it was just so little cloth. Like anyway, so speaking of clothing,
The fact that she held it up, she's like, Jace will fit in this.
yeah,
Yeah.
that offended me.
Yeah.
The thought, my wife,
Who sees you the most?
I remember
we've
when
we've been together more like nearly 18 years.
Yeah.
Feel ya.
And it's like, do you still see? Am I still the skinny boy that I first met you? Like,
Yeah, true.
that hurts my feelings.
Yeah. I remember my first time like going to an XL wardrobe.
Yeah.
And Amy just complaining like, your shit takes up so much fucking room
Oh,
on the
yeah.
clothes horse.
Yeah.
It's like,
This shit.
there's not enough room for two. There's not enough room for yours and mine on the same. Like, you need a whole row per top. I'm like,
Yeah.
yes, I do. Thank you very much.
You take up that space, King.
That's right. That's right.
Yeah.
It's my space now.
So this is how like bad the dysmorphia is. Like, so I wore that oversized top on the Sunday.
Yeah.
So I was like, this is probably hit and miss,
Mm.
right? Like it's maybe a bit too big.
Mm-hmm.
And everyone was like, that's a really good fit for you.
Yeah.
And I was like,
So
oh,
I don't know if you did this on purpose, and I was actually going to fix it for you. And
Yeah.
then I assessed the situation because you were like, "Oh fuck, maybe I'll have to tuck it in."
yeah,
So what happened was when you clipped the mic into your back pocket,
yeah,
the t-shirt sat behind it,
Mm.
yeah,
so it actually tapered it a little bit,
right,
so it wasn't hanging.
yeah.
It was kind of lifted and big on the top.
Alright.
And I was like, "Oh fuck, I should fix that for him because it looks shit on camera." And I was like, "Nah, it makes him look bigger.
Yeah.
I'm gonna leave it."
Yeah, Jess told me. She's like, that was a good move.
Yeah,
I was
yeah.
like, it was an accident.
Yeah.
But that's how big the dysmorphia is. So I got this oversized, extra large T-shirt. It's massive. And I'm like, I don't know if I can pull this off.
Mm.
Like, it's almost like pajama territory. And then I wear it, and people were like, that's a really good fit. So for my wife
Yeah. How dare
to
she?
get me a medium tight T-shirt, I was like, I went from the high of like, you can use an oversized XL T-shirt and rock it, to my wife buying me this like child's T-shirt
Yeah.
in the same day.
Yeah.
Fucking.
It was
So
a
you
roller
were coming
coaster.
home to go on the Gasp website and be like, I finally made it. $120 Gasp t-shirt in the mail, and then you went back
The
to
roller coaster of emotions. That day,
went back to Target.
there were so many emotions felt on that day.
Existential experience.
Went back to factory
It was over pretty
for
quickly, though.
the skinny boys.
It was over pretty quickly.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got upset.
Maybe in
And
the future you shouldn't be like, oh, I'm looking for this fit, that fit. You just like buy me this size.
to be fair, I actually told her not to get me anything without me putting it on.
yeah.
But I was just like, if you see something and you want to roll the
Yes.
dice, yeah. But I thought she'd deliver. How wrong I was. Anyway,
Yeah.
move on. Stop talking about me.
I'm just still, because I know I'm in trouble. I think you did the right thing, Steph. You tried your best. That's fine. So I got a message. Well, I messaged Jason on Wednesday, and we have, 6 events the next 6 weekends, I think, between now and Christmas.
I'm busy.
Something like
basically
that.
every weekend.
Yeah. So I messaged Jace like, hey, we're going to Sydney for 4 days on these dates. Can you come? Yeah. All right. What are we doing? I'll tell you later. Okay, let's go. And then 6 hours later, did Steph message you? She said she was gonna. Oh, fuck.
Yeah. I'm like, I'm gonna spend 10 days in Sydney in 3 weeks, and she was just like, "Who is she?"
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, wowzers.
Yeah. Yep.
What's up, guys? Welcome to the STCfit podcast, where we talk about all things nutrition, training, and how to live your best life. If you want some more information about coaching, our free resources, and other fitness-related content, be sure to check us out on our website at www.stcfit.com. All right, let's get to the episode. So I've moved. So I want to document my journey moving gyms.
Mm.
It's
All right.
been a very positive. It's been a very positive experience.
It's good to hear.
Yeah. So I've had more chats about training in 2 weeks.
Yep.
Than I had in a whole year
At the old gym.
at the other gym. And I like to talk about training, if anyone hasn't worked that out. And sometimes I like to be the person on the other side who just talks about training who's not an expert.
Yeah.
So we just talk. And sometimes I'll even pretend I don't know anything about training and talk about things in the same way other people do.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, yeah, this feels good. Yeah, man, fucking oath. Have you tried this? Like, it's just what I want to do. I just want to talk about training.
Mm-hmm.
And I've had, I reckon, 4 different people approach me, walk up to me and talk to me at the gym.
That's good.
Delightful.
Because you're massive.
I even got
because you weren't wearing a medium. If you had been wearing a medium,
I've even got workouts, like dedicated times where I'm going to go train with people.
Yeah,
I've been there for 2 weeks.
That's awesome. Oh, with members.
I'll train with a total stranger. He's like, hey man, we'll catch a workout. I mean, obviously it's probably self-serving for him. He's like, oh, I want to teach. You want to learn a few things. I'm like, mate, fucking,
let's go.
Yeah, he's big. He's pretty fit.
Yeah,
and I was like, fuck yeah, let's do this.
I'm trying to make sure I do that at least once a fortnight.
Yeah,
just train with someone.
Yeah. Well, I'm doing it with Adrian and stuff, and like that's cool. That's amazing. Like this is a total stranger.
Yeah, it's wild.
And he's like, we'll catch a workout. I'm like, bro, I'm here between 8:30 and 9:30 every week.
Yeah.
Like you just tell me and I'm there.
Yeah.
Yeah. I like blew a few people's minds though, so I got a bit carried away. And he was like, he introduced his mate. So come talk to this guy. He knows everything. That's what he said. and then he's come. He's like, oh, so this guy's he wants to get stronger, and he's doing like he's 170 kilo deadlift. So he's like, oh, how does he do? What does he need to do to get stronger? And like, how does he warm up? I'm like, I can't believe you just asked me this question. Like in my head, yeah. So I'm like, look, depending on how your programming is, like you got to do this first, and then you got to like build the strength, and then you got to express the strength. So you have to do this, and that, and then like their heads are just, bro, the eyes, man. And then I'm like, do you just want to be told like how to warm up? And he's just like, yeah. And I'm like, yeah. So let's work back from 170. So you're gonna do 170 for one. Yeah. So maybe we'll do 140 for one.
Yeah.
And then maybe we'll do 120 for 3.
Yeah.
And then maybe we'll do 80 for 5.
Yeah.
And then 60 for 10.
You should be fine.
And you'll be okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. And he was just like, oh, thanks for really much, bro.
Fuck. It's that knowledge gap we were talking about as well, hey?
Yeah.
It's wild.
You know what I also saw, which I was going to, this is the topic of the podcast, not just talking shit again. I saw a guy getting a training session from a dude on Zoom. On his phone. So he literally like had his earbuds in.
That's what you meant. I thought you meant the PT was just on the phone.
No. So he had his earbuds in. The client. This was like a person training in the gym, a gym member, we will call it. And at the start he was like just talking. He had his towel and his drink bowl. I was like, hey, whatever. This guy's on the phone talking to whoever. And then he had a tripod, and I'm like, oh, this guy films his workouts like I do. And then I realized then the tripod was really small, and I was like, yeah, fair enough. And then I saw a guy's face on there, like on the. And then he was always pointing it at the machine. So he was getting real-time feedback from a guy on his phone.
Personal training. Going online.
I feel like when I tell my mum and dad
that's what they think we do.
What I do, they think I do that.
Yeah.
Yeah, even some of Steph's family. So now that we have the app, it's the best. I'm like, we have an app. So they're just like, oh, yeah, I know what that is.
Yeah.
They're like, oh, cool.
Yeah. I have a frame of reference for that.
Yeah. It's like once we get the gym, it's just like, I've opened the gym. They'll just be like, oh, cool. Like, I know Jim.
Yeah. He's a nice guy. Got it. Yeah, cool.
Yeah. But yeah, it's crazy, man. Have you ever seen that before?
No.
Apparently they sell those sessions on Fiverr.
Yeah, okay.
So you can get they're heavily dominated by a certain portion of the world.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think it's
that's wild.
Just some dude like hang on, got to be.
It wouldn't be bad as a coach though.
It'd be so boring.
Like but if you're just the session trainer,
you don't have to leave your house.
He's just like on the couch.
Don't have to pay rent.
Just looking at how they move and just be like,
it's like, he's not looking.
Tuck your elbows, turn the TV on, ribs down.
Yeah.
I would be bored. But I think if you're just a session trainer, chilling out with your dog.
I don't know. Do you guys want that? Like, I'd really love to know, like, even just from like a consumer perspective.
Yeah,
it's like, what are they? Is that like the next thing? Is that the next kind of
I
level
hate
of-
answering the phone in the gym. And like
Yeah.
being on the live
No,
Zoom call the whole time.
I've got some notes, so I just wanted to make. Yeah. So yeah.
So I posted a story last week. I more want to discuss the answers because it's really interesting.
Yeah.
So was training, pretty jacked younger girl.
Yeah.
Came to the bench next to me with big pump cover t-shirt, shorts.
Yeah.
That's important for context, not just like describing her for no reason. Training away and then took t-shirt off to train in a crop. And I was like, cool, you feel really confident. Like if you weren't feeling confident, this close proximity to, I'm pretty much the resident meathead at the gym.
Yeah.
Everyone else is athletes. Like that's cool. Was moving pretty well. I always watch everyone in the gym train just to see what's going on.
Of course.
And then she went over to do lateral raises. And like lateral raises are like, they're the one, right?
Yeah, it's the move. You can really tell if someone's a lifter or if they're trying to be one.
Correct. Yeah.
There is a bit of a gap there.
So to be fair, her lower body, very developed.
Yeah.
Very muscular. Upper body, she was training upper body, like,
Yeah.
wasn't lifting a lot of weight. But yeah, the lateral raises was the typical, like, bent wrist, elbows tucked, like.
Reference lines weren't where they're supposed to be.
Correct. Yeah, but she was having a crack, which is cool.
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, all right. Very aware. Had a reasonable pump, throwing around, was doing single arm dumbbell rows. So that wasn't lightweight. And in a singlet, in a gym, also probably 10 years older.
I was
than
just
this
going to
girl.
say, 15 maybe.
Yeah. Yeah, well, it was probably
It
like
could have been 18.
it would have
33.
been uni hour. So I like she looked like early 20s. I'm giving myself 10 years, all right?
Yeah.
15 hurts my fucking feelings. So like, okay, I can see lots of barriers here.
Yeah.
I'm also well aware of being some fucking TikTok viral. This fucking guy wouldn't leave me alone at the gym.
Man, yeah.
And I can't wear my rating wing when I train because I'll fuck it.
Of course.
So obviously don't have that on either.
Yeah.
Which I think gives you
Does
there's a little bit of comfort. Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
I don't look at people's hands.
Yeah.
I wonder if that's what
Well, you
people do.
Yeah.
wouldn't need to.
Yeah.
That's true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm very
No,
unaware
look,
of shit like
to
that.
be honest, I think as a younger female, they
Yeah.
probably just like,
Yeah.
it doesn't matter if you have a wedding ring on.
Yeah, they're probably like, this guy's
Most
fucking
of them are
old.
still creeps anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's why I'm like,
Does it?
yeah. You're
I
going to do
don't
it,
know.
you're going to do it.
Maybe
Yeah.
it's an extra just like layer
Yeah,
of comfort
yeah.
for me. Like, no, it's like, I
Hey,
promise.
oh,
I just like
Just gonna
training.
scratch my head over here.
So yeah, I was like, okay, do I approach this girl or not? And I was like, she done a couple of sets. I'm like, if I just go up and just be like, hey, I don't want to be that guy. I don't want to be a dick, but just like, could I help you with those?
Yeah.
And then see what she says. If I come in submissive, not just like, I'm gonna show you how to do those properly.
Yeah.
Like, we should be okay. Anyway, I was too slow. She left.
So
That
while,
was
whilst Ben's
Fucking hell.
contemplating all of these decisions and understanding young women's
Being
behavior,
hyper aware
she's
of
gone.
myself, and she's already left.
40 minutes went by and this woman did her whole workout.
I did 10 sets of rows. So then after the session, I was like, this should get some good engagement going.
Yeah.
So I was like, okay, what should I have done? I'm just going to put the story out because like I'm comfortable next time to just like be like, hey, what's up? These are shit. Let me fix them.
This will also be the second exposure.
Yeah. So I was like, I'll put it up on the stories and see what happens.
Yeah.
So, interestingly, everyone that goes to the gym consistently and like likes the gym. So, net vote was 75% yes, go help,
That is
which I was really surprised with.
wild. Yeah, I agree.
And I would say of that 75% of them were women.
Did I say this already? Are they all personal trainers?
No,
Yeah.
maybe
'cause
50%.
that would be like they're
Yeah.
going to want to help.
but
Yeah.
they are that top 3 priorities type person.
Yeah, so they want to maximize their time in the gym.
Yeah. Who would want to be helped to get
Yeah.
the
Well, that's
outcome.
no different, I guess, like to these guys I've been talking to at the gym. They're like,
Yeah.
they're going to approach me because they're like,
care
bro,
about
I don't
it.
want to waste
Yeah.
the 10 hours I'm in a gym in
Correct.
the gym per week.
Yeah.
So
So the only people that said no were the ones that like don't really like going that much, aren't super confident.
of course.
It's not part of what they
Makes
do.
total sense too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So looking at this girl in particular, like she was built. It's like you train.
Yeah.
You just, particularly the upper body, obviously you just haven't put as much energy into that as you have your lower body in terms of learning and stuff. You're watching a lot of like leg development videos and not a lot of upper development videos, which is fine.
Yeah.
So I was like, probably puts her in that. But I was so surprised, man. I thought it would be at least 50-50, if not more people saying don't do it.
Are we talking like you've never interacted with this person ever?
No.
And we're walking straight up to her and telling her that she's doing things wrong?
So
Because that's like...
yeah, so trained next to each other for 2 exercises.
Yeah.
Got eye contact, smile, how are you?
Yeah.
Like, but I had headphones on, so it was like, I do this like, hey, how you going? Like, I talk really quiet because I have headphones on. Like, I'm not taking them out to talk to you, but I'm saying hello.
I do that. And I just pretend I know what they're going to say, and I'm like, yeah, good man. And
Yeah.
they could have said something totally different. Doesn't matter. I've committed to it. I'm walking now.
Yeah. So that we had that.
Yeah.
And then it was like, okay, there's not that many other people in the gym, which I don't know makes it worse. But I was like, I think I could just be like, hey, can I help with those? Because I'm the same. I want to interact with people in the gym more.
Yeah, totally.
The gym's really young where I train. So it's like 8 guys on one machine.
Yeah.
And there's a few girls that come in and train as well.
Yeah.
Or it's like 45-year-old CEOs.
Yeah.
Or execs that work from home.
Corporate people.
Yeah, because I train at 11.
The corpse.
So yeah, I was super surprised. I really thought it would be the other way. And then it got me thinking like, so 75% of people would want someone to help. 25% of people would not want help.
Correct.
So the 75% of people miss out on that interaction.
Yeah.
Because 25% of people might be upset about it.
Yeah, and yeah.
Isn't that interesting?
Yeah, yeah. Well, it's no different to the gender, like the dating thing.
Yeah.
It's like 60% of women want men to make the first move.
Yeah.
But then only 20% of men or whatever it is are willing to make it because they don't want to
terrified.
because they're terrified of looking like a creep.
Yeah.
So you can do the same math here.
Yeah.
And it's like with the traps that people are doing for mainly men to women in the gym, like baiting them and fucking making you look really desirable. And as soon as someone fucking puts their eyes towards you, like you get
attacked
and treated like a It's like there's
a
no
monster.
No.
Yeah.
No wonder.
Yeah.
You know, like I just don't.
Yeah.
I'm not surprised.
Yeah.
I'm not surprised at all. Yeah. I just wonder, like, how do you... The only way I can see that happening in real time, like a 15-year-old gap between myself
10.
and someone...
10.
Either way. It's like once you turn 30, it's all just numbers.
Yeah.
Until you're 40,
I'm
right?
only 33.
Yeah, go you, bro.
15 years makes 33 weird.
So, yeah, but it's like, I don't know if I... Like, seeing that play out in the real world, it's like, there has to be a little bit of chat beforehand.
Yeah, so the best response I got was from one of my clients, shout out Irina, who was like, I think if it was the first time, no.
Yeah, I agree.
I think if you'd said hello, goodbye in the gym before and like crossed paths and you were at least familiar of each other, you don't even have to know name or anything, just familiar.
Correct.
Then doors open.
Yeah. That's where I've had the most success with both.
Yeah.
You know, like we'll call it genders.
Yeah.
Whatever. All right, come on, work with me here, guys. But yeah, that's where I've had the most success. Just like, hey, what's up? Like, what are you training today? Do you do bodybuilding, whatever? And then it's just like continue that conversation the next time. What are you training today?
Yeah.
Have you tried this? Can I give you a bit of a hand with that?
Yeah.
Because every time I've gone to help like a guy or a girl, I've just been met with this like they're just terrified.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like, what are you? And then there's like that anxiety that like you're being watched and you're not doing the right thing.
Yeah.
Because like I said in the chat, I'm like,
yeah.
do clients and members of your gym just walk around and kind of stare at you when you're around because they're in fear that you're going to be like judging them and stuff? But maybe they're part of that.
I think also like
as well.
The barrier of not being. I've spent 12 years being a trainer in the gym.
Yeah.
And then even the other gyms that I've gone to, like when I trained at ASP, everyone knew that I was a coach.
Yeah.
When I trained at Apex, everyone knew I was a coach.
Mm.
So I've always been in an environment where I at least have a place of authority, and then like they know that that's the angle I'm coming from.
Yeah, yeah.
But no one knows who I am there.
Yeah. Yeah, I feel you.
So it's like no one's watching me train being like, how does this 620 total powerlifter train?
I don't know. I reckon even in your gym, making a big generalization, because you're bigger than most people there, you'll get treated differently.
Potentially.
Yeah. Because I get treated differently now.
Yeah.
And it's like, I'm not the biggest person.
Yeah.
Granted.
Yeah.
Right? Especially if you guys just heard the first 5 minutes of this. I have body dysmorphia. But it's like, but you do get treated differently. So there is a little bit of that, like, you can kind of, there is a bit of an element to it where it's like, oh, well, this person's like big. They obviously work out. They obviously know what they're talking about. Like, I might listen to them.
Yeah.
But it's just like, I still think overcoming that, like, she's a young girl or a young woman and you're not old. We're best years of our life,
significant
guys.
age gap and significant body weight difference.
Best years of our life, guys, right? That's what we're going to call it. But there's a significant age gap, and then there's a difference. Yeah, she's male, female, whatever. That's where there's a even greater obstacle to overcome, regardless of whether the intention is just like, hey, like, I just want to make your workout more efficient.
Yeah. And then one of my mates, Michael, messaged me out, totally removed from the fitness industry, right?
Yeah.
But also, like, he's like the warrior for the little guy, always.
Yeah.
Like, that's his fucking, like, respect, like, always lend a helping hand. Like, that's, like, his thing. He's like, look, doesn't matter what anyone messages you, you're never going to be able to control the way that it's interpreted.
Yeah.
All you can do is act out of how you feel. And if you think you're helping, that's all you can do. Yeah. How it's received is not on you. And I was like, oof.
What a good message.
Oof.
Michael's the man.
That was when I was like, maybe I should have. But I think the high buy thing is in.
Yeah. You got to draw off your experiences. Mine haven't been positive. Like I said, literally had someone say, you personal trainers think you know everything. It's like, when it comes to fitness, there's
not a lot I don't.
Was that at the gym that you've just returned to?
No, this was when I was working at Good Life.
Oh.
But that person was frequented the gym that I train at now.
Right.
So you can just get an idea of who that person is.
Yeah.
But yeah, and there's not many things where I'm like, I'm good at it.
Yeah.
But when it comes to my job, when it comes to training people, fitness, human body, how it moves, all that, I do fucking know everything.
Yeah, there's not much I don't.
Yeah, like to him anyway. Yeah. I'm just like, I kind of do, man.
Yeah.
Do this full time.
Yeah.
Like, train lots of people.
Yeah.
I make a living out of it. Like,
I remember same gym back in old GLPC confronting a guy who like had a mad crush on my client.
Yeah.
They're both older. Like thinking back now, she was probably late 30s. But I was 20.
Yeah. Yeah.
And he kept like trying to like correct her form and telling her that my programming was shit and blah, 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 blah.
The standard. Yeah.
Yeah. So he's probably had like 15 years on me and 30 kilos on me. And I was just like, my client kept complaining about it. She felt really uncomfortable, blah, blah, blah. And I had to go up to him and just like, listen here, motherfucker. I don't come to your job and tell you you're shit at it. Enough. And just...
That's the best way to...
Disappeared. And I was like,
that's the best way to tackle it.
Got one.
But that there is why you may not be able to approach that young woman. Because of fucking losers like that. Yeah. And we talked about it with Jess on the podcast as well. So there we go, said her name.
Sup, Voldemort.
But we talked about it with her on the podcast.
Yeah.
Like, just the experiences that she's had and stuff.
Yeah.
So it's like people like that... And even just some of the conversations we even had before this podcast about people interacting with women at the gym.
Yeah.
It's like they are the reason why there is that lack of confidence to go and approach someone with absolute, genuine intentions to help them. Because they're going to sit there and go, well, every other dude that approaches me in the gym is a fuckhead.
Yeah.
And has
you must be
ill intentions.
Yeah.
Really? Like, they're not here to help me with my workout.
Yeah.
So this guy is too.
Yeah.
So you kind of pushing shit uphill, And like we've said before, it's like sometimes it's just like it's not worth it.
Yeah.
Like for me, someone who just like really wants to control my emotions and how I feel and make sure I win the day. It's like I don't want to put myself out there to help somebody that I don't really have to.
Yeah.
And get absolutely fucking shit on like and it's like, oh, you're the creep.
And there's no other gym near me.
Yeah. It's a small country town, bro. People talk, mate. That's what I've heard, you know. It's like, oh, the Scots.
Fuck.
Oh man, they should have seen what that guy did to so and so at the gym. You
Sorry,
know?
babe, about that move to Queensland. We're going.
You ain't getting no pecan pie from the neighbours this week, you know.
Jesus.
So yeah. Sometimes it's just like, why? As much as you want to help somebody, it's just like, what's the it's the cost to benefit. You know, and it's like, she could be like, get the fuck away from me, you fucking weirdo. So I think how you do it is
for sure.
It's got to be a graded exposure.
Yeah, created an interesting discussion.
So go. Well, I look forward to.
Yeah, I'm just
helping her with her. I look forward to the improvement of her lateral raises and the hypertrophy that she's going to experience of
me
it.
Or us, and I didn't know.
She was just super shy.
Yeah.
And she's just like heard me now 3 times publicly talk about her lateral raises.
Yeah, it's like, fuck, are they that bad?
I just want to help. They're not that bad. It's okay. They just could be a lot better.
Yeah.
Just slandering you on the internet.
Yeah.
Sorry.
So I what's up, guys? So before we move on, just a little bit more information for those people who are curious about coaching. Maybe they want someone to take care of their training, get a bit more specific, take it to the next level, or even just keep them accountable to all of the things that they need to do. So again, you guys can go onto the website, get a little bit more information. It's got all the information on there on what's involved to take your training to the next level. You can hit the inquiry button, and then we'll get on a strategy call and see what we can do for you. So I had what I like about cutting is I have a lot of reflection time. So you were talking about the shower time, how you think about things in the shower.
Yes.
So when I do cardio, it's the same.
Mm-hmm.
I get the chance to just reflect. So I put up little post observations. These are what I think. This is what I've seen over the last 20 years. And the one that I wanted to talk about more so, because I see it a fair bit, is how you train and how you apply it. I believe is, and I know this is really broad, but I'm going to go into more detail. How you train and how you apply your system is the actual key to getting results. Like outside of the work ethic, and I'm going to keep going with it. So our system and our belief is there's 52 weeks in a year. Mm-hmm. We want to have you guys training 52 weeks in a year. Like if we want to / can. Yeah, you're going to go on holidays and you're going to get sick and stuff like that. But the system is to keep you in the gym. Mm-hmm. I would argue that is going to be the most effective way to get results for people. Now,
kind of makes sense logically, doesn't it?
So, where the most amount of stimulus that's driving the adaptation for your goals is going to occur is inside the gym. Mm-hmm. Yeah, we need to be outside of the gym to adapt and whatever. But I don't know how much I subscribe, and I'm more than open to be challenged on this, where a model where you do X amount of work for X period of time to the point where you have to remove yourself from the place that you should be at to drive the change is more beneficial than what we're doing or what other people are doing.
Yeah. What are you talking about is like taking a week off.
Yeah, just don't. It's like you'll do, I don't know, a 6-week block or a 4-week block, and then you have a week off. Yeah. Literally a week where you take yourself out of the gym. It's like, oh, I took myself out of the gym. I'm feeling great now. It's like, what did you have to do? Yeah. To remove yourself from the gym that week? And even like, there's so many people. So even that's structured, right? So that is conscious thought and a consciously made system and framework. There are people out there that are applying training methodology, even no training methodology, and are just training. And training to a point where it's that ineffective that in 4 weeks' time, they're just like, oh, I had a week off. Yeah. I spoke to 3 people in the last week who've had a week and a half off in the last month because they just feel fucked. Yeah. Actually,
I've got a new guy come on for powerlifting. We're having this conversation today.
Yeah.
Went snowboarding last week or went to the snow for a couple of days.
Yeah.
and messaged me Monday like, bro, I'm so cooked. Bench feels so heavy. I didn't know he'd gone yet.
Oh, yep.
And I got to the check-in, and he's like, oh, when do we do a deload? What's happening in the next block? Blah, blah, blah. And I read down, and I was like, bro, you spent 3 days at the snow.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
You just cooked,
you you buried yourself in the hole.
Yeah. You just introduced this huge stimulus.
Yeah,
You don't need a deload. You probably just need to sleep.
Which, if it's an unusual exposure, you're going to feel that the
Fucking
most
oath.
the first time, right? 'Cause
Yeah.
that's the first exposure is the most challenging.
Yeah.
Creates the most demand on the system.
Yeah, I remember like it's less common now online, but face to face, you get. Actually, no, that's not true. It's just as common online. I just deal with it differently. You get the tone change in an online check-in, like the mood change and that kind of stuff, and you're just like, okay, you need to this weekend prioritize your downtime.
Yeah,
go for a walk, sleep, eat well, like get off your phone, like just
yeah.
The idea of being so overtrained that you have to not go to the gym.
Yeah.
So you break the habit of going to the gym. You break the psychological reward of winning by going to the gym. You build in this fragility mindset.
Yeah.
That my body can't handle.
Yeah.
This.
It's that self-fulfilling prophecy that you'll need it at some point, right?
Correct. You're going to start getting to that week 4, 5. It's like me telling you, like, now, Jace, rep 6 is going to be really hard. It's going to be hard. No matter whether it would have been easy or not, it's like it's going to be hard now because I told you I put the idea in your
100%.
head. So that is now coming in at like week 4 or 5 if you've planned week 6 off.
Yeah.
You're searching for it early. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah,
it's almost deload week. I won't send it today. Or
Yeah.
Or I will send it because I've got next week off and you do something stupid.
I'm going to dig myself that deep and overreach that.
Even if you can show me that physiologically there's a supercompensation phase that happens, which we've played with in the past with holidays and shit. Even if you can prove to me that that's valid, the psychological implications of doing it would far outweigh.
Yeah, playing around with but playing around with supercompensation in that context works well because the person was never going to go to the gym anyway.
Yeah.
So for the guys at home, like if someone's on a holiday or if they're going somewhere and they want to look really good and they're training for it, we'll probably bury them in the last fortnight because there's going to be a supercompensation period after that. But that's because like they're not going to the gym for the 2 weeks. They're going to enjoy themselves on their holiday or whatever. When you have someone who could go to the gym the next week, you're going to end up at the same point.
Yeah.
But you just get to choose. Are you going to bury someone to the point where they could potentially get injured, then tell them to take the week off, and then get back to the point where the other person could have just trained through that whole time with just like a lesser intensity, for lack of a better term.
And even like,
it's like which one's more beneficial?
I don't know about you, but I feel like a week is enough for me to have a decrease in performance mentally.
A week is enough to significantly decrease my mood because I also really enjoy going to the gym, seeing people.
Yeah, all the psychological benefits of going. I more mean like the 8th day that you go back to the gym, you don't train as well.
Oh no, yeah, and
after 7 days off, you're like,
So how you wrap that up in a nice little bow? Change your program.
Yeah.
So then
it feels.
So it's like you only feel like this because
it's a new
program, and we can kind of mask this feeling. But it's like, would the person just need to take the dial down in effort, do the same workout, even you just reduce 50% volume, man.
Yeah.
50% volume, you could still do the same amount of effort. So I've done like quote unquote deloads where it's like I'll do one hard set.
Yeah.
And the session literally goes for like 30 minutes. And it's like, cool, now I've got 50% more time from my workout to take to something else.
Yeah.
You know, maybe you increase more calories, maybe even you could just drop a workout. It's like that would be enough, in my opinion, or serve as more rewarding and beneficial than just going like every 8th week, you have to leave the gym.
Yeah.
The place that you literally go to orchestrate or, you know, mold out this physique.
Yeah.
Don't go there.
Yeah.
I
just think it breaks the why. It breaks the why people go to the gym. People, like, they go to the gym for the outcome, but they don't.
Yeah.
You don't go to the gym just to be massive.
Yeah.
You go to the gym because you like how it feels. And if you have a week off, it affects your mood.
Yeah.
And it affects your mobility, and it affects your
everything starts to get tight and
it feels shit. And it's like that idea of like most people don't know what it feels like to be fit because they've never been fit.
Yeah.
So people who are athletic, like I've spoken to 5 people that have been overseas recently that are just like, oh my fucking God.
Yeah.
All I want is a home cooked meal and to go to the gym.
Yeah. Yeah, because they know what it's like to feel weak.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Where most people live in that space all the time. So you're like introducing a week of that for no reason. I don't agree with it either.
Yeah.
Yeah. I understand from if you're looking at through a textbook lens, because the other thing is like, what if you get sick week 4? The whole thing's fucked.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Which is one of the biggest things we played around with all of this stuff. We would do like, was it like 4-week blocks and then we'd have a week off?
Yeah.
Or like a deload week. And it's like as soon as you got sick, it was over.
Yeah. I've even stopped doing like, I used to RPE cycle.
Yeah.
So it'd be like moderate, high, intense, drop, moderate, high, intense. The best thing about it was you could compare the 2 intense weeks to measure true progress over a 6-week program.
Yeah.
Now I do like 3, 3, 2, 2, 1.
Yeah. It's
in the RPEs across the program for the main lifts. Because it's just like, acquire your skill. I don't care in that first block.
Yeah.
Figure it out. You're going to probably get some stimulus that's new. Like all of that is going to happen anyway. But then it's like, if you get sick, you just come back and go. Yeah. It doesn't matter.
Or you can just have a week to see where you land, and then you're just back next week, back on course.
But it's like the RPE is still the RPE.
Yeah, well, the
like
perceived exertion, the perceived exertion is different to the rep and reserve,
Correct.
right? But it's like, it's just like land where you need to land, and next week you'll be fine again.
Yeah. So, and even I imagine I'm potentially someone with this mindset of the week off things, maybe even doing percentage and prescribing loads as well, which is then another layer of like wildness. Yeah, I just from a psychological standpoint, I don't like. What I was going to say before was like, I've moved away from this now. I more look at it as like a holistic stress management type situation. But I used to tell my girls just like when I was face to face, they come in, you get the flat check-in.
Yeah.
You have a flat session with someone. You're just like, you're not here.
You just chat with them and then just turn the dials down.
Where are you at right now? And it's just like, they're upset. They're this, they're this, they're this. I'm like, go home. What's your favorite takeaway? Go and get it.
The cheat meal team.
Eat it.
Chicken and chips with
fucking
gravy.
Sleep in. Chill out. Watch a fucking movie tomorrow.
Yeah.
And tell me how you feel Sunday.
Yeah.
And they're like, oh, I feel amazing. All I want to do is train. Blah, blah, blah. It's like, you just needed to fucking just turn the nervous system down a little bit.
Yeah.
Just chill.
Yeah, people don't realize like just even another day or 2 is enough. Like you might even not need to take a week.
I don't even know if you need that.
Sometimes you do. Look, it depends on the fatigue, right?
Of course, but it's almost in my experience for most people, you just need to increase the sympathetic environment more than you need to decrease the parasympathetic environment. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I understand.
So it's like you don't need to necessarily remove lots of training, but you need to introduce more sleep, downtime, time off your phone.
Consciously driving things that calm you down.
Time
Put you
with
into
your partner.
A calmed state,
Yeah, experience like your fucking relationship or hang out with friends or
I understand.
Just fucking bring everything down. All of a sudden, oh my God, I feel amazing.
Yeah, I agree. And then on the flip side of that, it's like there's been situations with some of my athletes, lifters, whatever you want to call them, where I'm just like, you just need another day.
Yeah.
So if you can shift your workouts, like the schedule, just have another day. You'd be amazed at what shifting another day can do. Like I'm pretty sure perfect world, and I know it doesn't work for everybody, but if you just picked up your next workout when you needed to, that is the perfect situation. So let's just say you lift 2 days off, third day, go gym, 2 days off, go gym. But what that means is you would have to just have the capacity to work out whenever you want it. So over like it doesn't necessarily have to have 2 days off, but it's because you split muscle groups and whatever. But if you were in a situation where you could train whenever you wanted, you can just shift the days. Yeah. Now, most of my girls do 4 days. Yeah. Most of my guys do 5, and it's only because the amount of work that needs to be done is better distributed across 5. Males generally want to build more muscle groups.
Yeah.
So that's kind of the rationale. But I still got girls to do 5 days. The ones that do 4, it's a bit easier. You kind of like shift the workout. You just need more time.
Yeah.
I feel great. I'm progressing again. Whatever.
Let's go. Yeah.
Where if you're training 5 days, you do have to compromise.
Yeah.
Because you're like, well, something's got to...
Yeah.
But if you're doing 5 days, you're probably doing 2 push, 2 pull, or 2 push, 2 leg, or whatever. It's like, as long as you do one of those sessions.
Yeah.
Like, I did 3 sessions last week.
Yeah.
Literally did push, pull, leg. I've still got 2 upper sessions that I missed out on.
Yep.
But I just did those. It worked out. I'm fine. And this week I can get after it again. I didn't do it because I was tired. I did it because I was busy. But
yeah,
it's still a method that you can use. So sometimes time, just having acute time, not a week,
correct,
just a day or 2.
There's so much to client education in that too.
Yeah,
like Ruby that we've had on the pod before was running a business, was a PT in the army, so like training hundreds of people a day.
Yeah.
She was doing an upskilling course at some points. She was doing, every now and then to be like, hey, we're doing a fucking 10K pack march tomorrow. She'd have to put half her body weight on and walk, or jog, and go from the front to the back to pull the new recruits through and all that sort of shit.
Yeah.
It's like just crazy levels of exposure, mental load, and physical load.
Yeah.
They were unpredictable. And we were just like, hey, this is going on tomorrow. And I'd be like, cool, just hit like A, B, and C in your workout.
Yeah, yeah.
Drop exercises E and F. Or even just do A and then take 1 set off everything else.
Yeah.
See how you're feeling. If you want to finish the workout, finish it. If you don't, leave the accessories off the end.
Yeah.
We managed like that for 18 months.
Yeah.
National level total, improved body composition.
Yeah, she's a good
fucking
athlete.
Weapon. Like probably at the time, like the most people would message me like, fuck, make me like Ruby. And we never had a perfect week.
Yeah.
It was always dials up, dials down,
Pulling
dials up,
things out.
dials down. Playing with shit all the time. So it's, I think...
It's never like, don't go to the gym this week.
Yeah. Yeah, because she'd tell me to get fucked.
Yeah. And isn't your job to keep them in the gym?
Correct.
Because they will have the urge to not go to the gym anyway.
Yeah.
Well, not everybody, but
yeah,
the ones that like don't enjoy it as much.
Yeah.
Like they're kind of 50-50 on the enjoyment factor, but they like what it does for them.
Yeah.
Because there'll be a lot of people who like, especially for body composition coaching, there's a lot of people that like what going to the gym does for their body.
Yeah.
But they don't like to go to the gym.
Yeah.
So as soon as their goals change and they don't care about how they look anymore, all of a sudden they just stop. Yeah. Where it's like for me, people always ask like, well, what are you going to do when you don't want to be big anymore?
Yeah.
And I'm like, I'm still going to go to the gym.
CrossFit.
Yeah. Well, I'm still going to lift because I love it.
Yeah.
I love the feeling of going to the gym and stuff. It's like probably just eat less food. Maybe 5 or 6 days turns into like 3-4.
Yeah.
Pick up something else, or just do something totally different. But it's still like in the gym.
Yeah.
Around people, challenging myself.
Yeah.
Whatever. So
I know the context of the idea that you're talking about was in a competitive environment for like bodybuilding competitors.
Yeah.
But for an athletic population, so say that like top 3 priority person that we would refer to as like our like athletes.
Yeah.
I don't like that.
Nah, it's
I don't
just
like
like
our
high,
athletes because I don't possess
it's
you.
a high achieving person.
High achieving, highly motivated person who likes going to the gym.
Yeah.
Taking the gym off them for a week is a stupid idea.
100%.
Manage it better. The not motivated person who doesn't like going to the gym,
breaking the cycle, man.
Taking a week off out of the gym for them is stupid. Like it means that they're like, oh, this is awesome.
I've done 4 weeks of rehab.
Yeah,
go to the pub, mate.
Yeah,
Just
exactly. And then next week, I have to drag my ass there again because I've lost the routine. I forgot what it felt like to win at the end of the session. I hate walking in the door, but I like how I feel when I leave, and I like the results, and I like blah blah blah. And it's like, oh, just don't do that.
Yeah. In a place that is so, I guess, predicated on wins and momentum.
Yeah.
Even at the highest, I guess like percentile of people that we work with.
Yeah.
Wins are everything.
Yeah.
You get check-ins. It's like 5 out of 5 training, 5 out of 5 nutrition. Victories is like 3 sentences on like how the week went.
Yeah.
Nothing in terms of objectives. They're really trying to like just pull shit out of the air almost.
Yeah.
Right. And it's like, confident they're working towards their goals. It's like, give them a week off. They don't know what the fuck's going on, man. And it's like, you've got to build that momentum again.
Or, I don't know if yours the same, most of my check-ins are 3 or 4 out of 5 for their nutrition.
Yeah,
and then you read it and you're
I
like...
had one bad meal for the week.
Yeah. Like, I had one the other day. She scored herself like 3 for the week. And she's just got a new boyfriend. And she went to meet the parents. And they cooked for her.
Yeah.
And I was like...
That's not a 4 or
mate,
a 3. Yeah.
Fucking 5. 5. You did everything right.
Yeah.
Like,
I'm not
you're
sure
not
if we
taking
can,
your Tupperware. You're not a competitor. You just, like, go to the gym. You're not taking your Tupperware to meet your boyfriend's parents.
Yeah. Ideal world, we probably need that scale to be like from 1 to 10 with 0.5s in the middle.
Yeah.
But it's like, on the paper, it'll look huge.
Yeah.
But it's like a 9.5 could be like, I had one bad meal.
Correct.
'Cause it's 95%.
Yeah.
But yeah, anyway, whatever.
But even then, it's like, what does perfect mean?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
one of the biggest things, and like I know a lot of people message me and us about Jess all the time because she's just doing crazy shit. That is one of the biggest things we've focused on.
Yeah.
Is like 100% means you did the stuff that you aimed to do and that you had the capacity to do in that week.
100% of what's available to you.
Correct. So during the photo shoot prep last year, we had one night that 1 to 2 drinks was acceptable.
Yeah.
And like an entree was acceptable. So if you did that, your week was 5. Because that is the boundaries that we've set around what's possible, what you can do.
Yeah.
If you had 10 drinks, that's a problem. Mark that down. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But it's like, you're not like fucking 6 weeks out from a bodybuilding show. Have a drink with your husband. Like, you don't see each other all week. Like, that's fine. Have that time together. Yeah, that's more important at the moment. But so, and we were talking about it in a Q&A during the week, like training high achievers. It's like you can't tell a high achiever not to give 100%. But you can reframe what 100% means.
100, yeah.
So 100% is what's available to you that week, and did you capitalize on it?
Yeah, or 100% of what you were willing to commit.
Yeah. So if that means 100% this week is hitting your 3 prime lifts and going home, you did 100%.
Yeah, and there's a difference between agreeing. So this is like the difference between like a lifestyle coaching, which is probably 100% of people at a given time.
Yeah.
And then it's like, if you train an athlete with a time-sensitive goal who's come to you for an objective, you decide what the 100% is.
Correct.
And that is usually all of it. It's like, this is what it's going to take. Or, you know, there's pockets of things, right? Because coaching is like, you know, this is what you got to do with training, this is what you got to do with nutrition and whatever.
Yeah.
There's definitely some sports where, like, I guess the leeway is a bit different. Like, I'm going to take a shot at the powerlifting thing, but like the nutrition thing, so it's a little bit relaxed, right?
I've literally, in the last 6 months, maybe even 3, lent so much less on macros for my performance athletes.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like calories and a little protein to a degree, and it's like, have fun.
Track for 6 weeks, show me you can do it. After that, I don't care.
Yeah.
The data will tell me.
Yeah. And it's like, you hit a road bump. If you're not adhering to like the constraints of our foundational diet, just like, you know, 5 serves of veg, 2 pieces of fruit, and then a protein every meal, and then pick the rest of it how you like.
Yeah. Recovery will go down. Yeah. All the scales will change. All your measurements won't be favorable. All your subjective
feedback will be, you know, poorer.
Like, okay, something's going on with your food.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But then, if it's a physique athlete, like, there's just like, it's like 100% is required of all of this if we have a time-sensitive goal and you have like an exceptional amount of body fat to drop or, you know, muscle to build or whatever. But you set the terms.
Yeah.
Because that's what they've come to you for. But on the other side of the coin, where it's like more of a back and forth lifestyle thing, where it's like you have a life outside of the gym, you have a family, you have a social life.
Yeah.
There's other things that are just as important to you. This is what was expected. You met all of it. It's 5 out of 5 for me.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Live with that. Take that momentum into the next week.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love it. I love it.
Yeah, and I think more and more, and this is probably going tangent now, but like more and more being that older guy that we spoke about in both podcasts now. Apparently we're feeling a bit self-conscious, I think.
It's coming to terms.
Is we attract more people that have more shit because we get it.
Yeah.
And
they see us juggling everything.
I don't post my today's list is at 12:01 I'm gonna chill out, and at 12:55 I'm gonna cook some food. Like, I'm too fucking busy to even put my to-do list on the internet
just
right
gets
now.
done.
There's too much shit happening.
Yeah.
And I always forget. I'm like, oh, I really should take a photo of this meeting, and then I'm 3 meetings later. I'm like, oh fuck.
Yeah.
I didn't talk about it. I should show people what I do. Like, so people we work with now actually have stuff.
Yeah.
So it's not a 20-year-old who's just a personal trainer who goes to the beach during lunchtime like we used to.
Yeah.
It's people that have careers, have families, have multiple different goals going on at the same time. Like, anyway.
Yeah.
It was a little
Tremendous.
tangent, but it's...
Oh, we take for granted what I think what we do and how we do it. There's a lot of people like, I don't know how you do all of this.
Yeah.
But it's just like what did you say today? It's like, what did you say on your social media or something about like taking on as much responsibility and then it's just like that becomes normal? Yeah,
the number one metric that I've figured out when I look across the board, and I've only sort of put my finger on this recently, even for myself, the number one metric for success is responsibility tolerance.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
The more responsibility you can tolerate, the more successful you will be in more areas.
Yeah. Well, that leads into the dad bod conversation we had the week before. I was like, what's the person that has it all?
Yeah.
And it's like, that's the person, right?
Yeah. They're willing to take responsibility in more areas.
Yeah. That person's tolerant to lots.
Yeah.
I like it. I that resonated a lot with me. I was like, fuck yeah, because like I don't have to like, oh, I'm older, I'm this, and I'm that. It's like I can still fucking run a business, be successful, coach all these people, be available to this team, all these trainers, and still fucking look good, and be a good husband, and a good uncle, and a good friend.
And
I love it.
And that's it. Like, looking at it now, like early relationships, the fuck ups that I had was not taking responsibility. Yeah. Because I had this chat with Lauren yesterday as well. Like, when I wrote it, I was thinking external. Because I just had a conversation with a coaching client, and I'd met his son. Yeah. And he was really struggling, like, income wise. And like looked me in the eye and was like, I need to do this or I'm going to get part-time labor work. Yeah. And I was like, if what I'm telling you doesn't work, that kid doesn't eat. Yeah. I was like,
yeah, it's big.
That's like,
it's mega.
On my shoulders. And ultimately, like, it's not. Ultimately it's not, and I can't walk around with that on my back all the time.
I know what you mean.
But I have to take a level of responsibility of the importance of what's going on. Yeah. And
your actions still matter for that guy and his kid. Yeah. What you do and what we do has a really big play in that.
Correct. Yeah. So I was like, okay, that's something it was a new feeling. I was like, whoa, that's big. And then I was only thinking external, and then Loz replied to it, and she sort of went on the other direction, like how much internal responsibility you're willing to take. Yeah. So if it's like, oh, you've always had shit relationships, Taylor Swift, maybe it's me. You know what I mean? Like, at what point do you start to think like, oh, all I've ever dated is fuckwits. Maybe I'm the fuckwit. Like, not that you are. You probably don't respect yourself, but I get
it. Ben's side hustle coming to you soon.
Fuck that. Go see Amy. Go see Lauren. So then I was like, fuck. There's another layer to that. So the responsibility, even like, then it ties into risk. So risk is responsibility. Totally. Drop $6,000 on a room and run a workshop. Yeah. Take that responsibility on. Yeah. Like, if you don't get it done, where's the money coming from? Yeah.
I'll spend $15,000 and not have a guaranteed return on getting a cent back. Yeah. There's your risk as well.
Yeah. And fly to Sydney and spend 4 days. And do all that shit. Like, just, that whole, I was really proud of myself for that comment. I'm glad you brought it up.
Yeah, I liked it. It sat well with me because I'm that person. Yeah, it's just like I refuse to accept that that's how things have to go just because we're getting older and we have more of this. It's like, no, because there's fucking people out there that are doing it. So it's like, what are they doing? Yeah, like it's they think and operate differently to the average person, and I want to know what that is.
And if you look at them all, like I've even had comments like, "How do you handle your workload?" Yeah, and it's like, over time, I've improved my capacity to accept responsibility for more stuff. Yeah. And sleep.
Yeah.
And there's times when I don't. It's like I've overshot here.
Yeah.
It's no different to training and being sore.
Yeah. You just find a way to deload.
Yeah.
Like
It's like,
life.
fuck, okay.
Yeah.
Like there's imposter syndrome comes in, the sleep goes away, and it's like, fuck, I've overreached here.
Yeah.
But the only way to progress is to get into that zone. So it's like, okay, this is a zone of learning. And you know what I mean? Like expand that capacity.
Yeah. The parallels to training are just the same.
Everywhere. Yeah. And
Stressor, response, adaptation.
Yeah.
The stressor here is the responsibility.
Yeah. And that's it. It's like, oh, they have better genetics than me. They have better situations than me. That you're so lucky. It must be nice. That sort. It's like none of them people are going to be successful.
Yeah.
If you walk in a gym and be like, oh, fuck, must be nice to be a weapon like them.
Yeah.
It's over for you.
Yeah, I agree.
Like, accept responsibility. What can I do to be more like them?
Yeah. Yeah, and even just to make your situation better.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm.
We've gone real David Goggins on everyone. I like it.
Fired up. I had, 10 hours
10 hours sleep and you had coffee, roaring.
Let's go.
You were fucking charged as a bit.
Let's go.
I think it was the other podcast. I was like, fuck, this dude hasn't blinked for like 10 minutes. That was good. I feel like over the 2 podcasts, I've spoken for about 20% of it.
Sorry, Jace.
No, it's okay. We get you a good
Fired
time,
up
mate.
today.
Just,
Fired
I'm being a good host. I'm just letting you speak.
Letting me go.
Yeah.
And I was a shit host that just talked the whole time.
It's good. Be good. All right, I think we'll wrap it up there. That was good.
I'm hungry.
Yeah. Well,
It's
me too.
Nando's time.
Me too. As always, guys, like, share, subscribe, show your support for the podcast. Let us know maybe whether Ben should approach that lifter in the gym, or like what are your experiences? What do you think we should do there, or what he should do there?
Yeah.
All right, we'll see you next time.